All right, let's talk financial literacy. And of course, Charles Fakroha is right here with us. He will be taking us on things to know, especially when it comes to financial literacy, right here on iBrandTV. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Bolale.
Good morning.
Thank you, Samson. It's a wonderful Monday morning.
Yes, it is.
And what a good way to start the week.
Actually.
Yes, we are looking at money management. And we started that, I think, on Friday.
On Friday.
Let's see. But today, let me just talk a little bit about why do people fail financially.
Okay.
There are certain reasons. Procrastination, that's one. Failing to set financial goals.
Okay.
Then incorrect beliefs about money. Then you also have not developing that savings habits.
Okay.
At the same time, not also understanding the tax laws. Then the last one, which is a discussion for another day, money disorder.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that like a health disorder?
Well, according to psychology, it has not been classified as a mental disorder, but it's a manifestation of an underlying mental health issue.
Okay.
You know, but we see it, we experts, financial therapy, we say, okay, money disorder. As long as that money problem, you know, is not affecting your relationship with your spouse, your co-workers, you know, it's affecting your work, then it's a disorder.
Okay.
And the treatment is seek expert advice.
Okay.
So, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say let's take it one at a time. I mean, you've listed quite a handful of things, and it's fascinating for those who do not know. I mean, I'm learning a lot as well. So, for the sake of the viewers, let's take it one at a time so that we all can really have a grasp of all of this.
Okay, let me look at first the not developing the savings habits. Of course, that's also a topic of its own, how to save. And I'm sure in this segment, we'll be able to discuss it too. Savings, we have said, is an habit. I've always maintained, though people disagree with me, it is not the amount of money you are paid that will make you to save. That's also an incorrect belief about money. Now, we also have the issue of people not understanding tax laws. If you look at your pay slip and you see that the way you are taxed, you are not happy, you just go to your HRO, discuss with them and see so that you understand why you are paying this amount of tax.
Okay.
And for those who run their businesses too, the same thing. You know, you need to know the tax laws, how much as a business owner you are supposed to pay, because you can get some significant savings from there. You know, we are not saying you need to go and get so much money, no.
Okay.
The little you're already making, you can take you home and you save. But in managing money, like we have said, that's your personal money. There are beliefs that will make you not able to manage this money very well. And I call them money myths.
Let's talk about some of this money myths.
Yes, okay, I'll just take one. For example now, it says, everything in my life will be wonderful if only I had money coming in. Everything will be wonderful if money is coming in. We know that's a myth. More money coming in, more problems coming. You say, okay, I'm paying 100,000. By the time iBrand, that's, of course, iBrand is the #1 business television in the whole of Africa. They already pay you so well, and they said, okay, you are doing so well. They want to increase. Oh, so when they increase, I will save. My sister, if you have not been saving with what you have been paid before, you can't save with the one with that increment. So that is a money myth. The reality is, more money coming in is usually accompanied by more money going out. You want to say, my levels have changed now. I need a new car. I want to change my wardrobe, because you have seen more money coming in. That is a myth. But if you look at some wealthy people, there's a difference between living high and say you are wealthy. I saw a post yesterday. The owner of Facebook, look at the way he was dressed, very simple and casual. But me and you, we want to go and get the best outfit to impress people who don't even notice us. So I want to meet up with the Joneses. So more money coming in is more money going out. Myth number 2, somebody said financial wellness is defined by either how much money I have or how much I earn. That's also a myth. You know, again, financial wellness is also a topic on its own, because we know that employees who are stressed financially, they also stress the bottom line of any company, because it affects their performance. So what is the reality when it comes to financial wellness? You say financial wellness has to do with how much you keep of what you earn, and how well you sleep at night.
You want to re-emphasize? You want to take that again?
Financial wellness has to do with how much you keep of what you earn, and also how well you manage what you have, and how soundly you sleep at night. So it's not the amount of money that comes into you, it's the amount of your salary. The little you have you been able to manage it? How well do you sleep? So somebody can hand you 100,000 naira, and he's living within his means. He will sleep well in the night. Bet you that you are earning 5 million and your expenses is more than 5 million. Will you sleep well in the night? No. That is, so we'll take the next reality, myth, and it says, follow the budget, it beats my freedom of choice. And like I said here several times, I don't talk about budget, I talk about plan spending. Because you mentioned budget, people say, okay, budget wants to limit them, you know. But no, it's plan spending. Even federal government in Nigeria, we plan our spending. And National Assembly will approve. They say they appropriate. So they're not just taking money. If President Buhari wants to take money like that, it will still go to National Assembly for approval. So why are you an individual? You need to have your budget. Because budget will only tell you where you want your money to go. It gives you choice. This is where, but some people will say, no, if I have a budget, that budget is kind of restricting what I'm going to do.
And then you have a scale of preference.
Of course. You know what is more important. Like I used to explain currently now, and I tell people things are quite expensive. Yes, they have always been expensive. If you are eating 3 times, reduce to 2. If you used to go to maybe, you know, on Fridays, you used to go and arrange yourself with the boys or the girls, as the case may be. If you used to spend 50,000, reduce it. This is the time, because habits, once you have cultivated those habits, it's difficult to stop. So it's for you to reduce it. For smokers, I told them, just see an expert, stop smoking. For those who take, you know, once in a while, they say it's the bottles. If you take 2, some even they tell you they 2 a day. Every day they must take. Somebody has told you that's when his eyes will become clear and he will do his job very well. I said, no problem, bros. Reduce it to 1 a day. Gradually. Because you can't tell them to stop. If you tell people taking, I don't want to mention any brand, to stop, what happens to those companies that are producing those brands? You know, but we are saying moderation. Yes. Okay. The next one is all the big money making opportunities are gone. People are saying, oh, there are no business opportunities again. But me and you know that today there are more business opportunities all over the place. On Tuesday last week, I was in a meeting where people were talking about fintech trying to revolutionize the financial sector, and they're even trying to say this local alajo that we'll see, they want to begin to deploy fintech to the operations. You can see how lovely it's going to be. You know that Baba Alajo that comes to the market, you know, and he has a card, they are going to use technology to do all that, where the average market woman will have the app on her phone. As long as she can make phone call and she receive, they will just show her the little technology, download the app, she opens it, at 200 naira or 500 naira on a daily basis. Of course, you know that first amount goes to the Baba Alajo. So that they're going to be deploying technology to do all this. So that the cases of, you know, oh Baba Alajo run away with the money is there. So you can, there are a lot of opportunities, you know. And I was in that meeting, I spoke, you know, because we'll be talking about how to save. Because till today, people still don't know how to save. So you can see that there is more investment opportunities right now. The next myth, so that because of time, the government, my employer, or someone else is responsible for my welfare. I've always said this. That's a myth. Who is responsible for your welfare? It's you. Your employer, the government will do the one they can, but it is you, and that's why I always advise every employer, do your own parts in terms of PFA, pension, do your contribution. Let the employee also do their own contribution, and also encourage them. There's no reason why your HR people cannot be trained as to what is financial wellness. So if you onboard a new staff, you begin to tell the staff some of the benefits that a company has in place for them. You not just you onboard a new staff, you get the staff an office, a chair, and you just allow the staff to be like that. No, that's not proper onboarding. With due respect to HR people. So you just have to make sure that you tell them what investment policies are involved so that or available so that they can take advantage and then begin to start. Yes. The next one says you have to have a large amount of money for you to start savings. We know that little savings, little drop of water makes what? A mighty ocean. And the earlier you start, the better for you. If you have been saving 100 naira from the day you were 18 till maybe you are 31 now, you'll have been a millionaire already. Of course, with compounding interest, you'll have been a millionaire already. So you know that becoming wealthy, becoming a billionaire, or a billionaire as the case may be, is a very easy task. But time and discipline is very, very important. Yes, I'll just take the last one. Okay. Having a good job ultimately leads to wealth.
That's another myth.
It's another myth. People who work in oil and gas, they still have money problems. So having a job is just a temporary cash flow.
Okay.
Yes, it just gives you a cash flow. The issue there is for you to manage that income you are being given. I've seen people, when they get a very good job, not using the oil and gas, maybe they were living in a one-room apartment, and my level has changed. They will want to change their car. And even those who are coming to meet you for assistance in terms of money, if they used to ask you for 1,000, when they see that you have changed your car, they will increase what they are coming to ask. Yes, because, you know, we have this entitled mentality. After all, this is my friend, is my brother, you know, and all that. Instead of asking you 1,000, they say, it is 5,000 I need. And you too, you want to show your level of change. You will continue. Meanwhile, you are the slave that is working and is being paid for that money. So having a high-paying job will lead to wealth is a myth.
Okay. So beyond these, you know, myths that you've helped to demystify, as well as, you know, encourage savings plan or you know, planning and all of that, what other fundamentals are there to money management?
Yes, basically when we say money management,
okay,
we are talking about all it takes for you to have benefits for your own money. You are managing your money as if your money is a business. And for you to make headway, for you to become wealthy, you need to save. And when you save, you need to now invest your money. So these are some of the money management techniques that you need to use.
That's quite you know, impressive. It must be said, instructive too. You know, you talked about having to, you know, save as a means of getting wealthy over time, discipline and all of that. And we've talked about, you know, the place of an emergency, you know, coming on board and disrupting that plan. What are ways to get back to that track where you have to keep up with, you know, your savings plan and address your spending plan as well, so that it doesn't exceed, despite, you know, the emergency or impromptu responsibility that just, you know, arose?
We have said one of the ways in trying to become financially independent is for you to have an emergency fund.
Aside saving?
Yes, or it can be your savings. Yes, it can be. But we are saying you don't wait till there's an emergency. The very day you start working, the very first salary you collect or you receive, then you should have 6 months of your salary as emergency. You don't need to touch it while you live with the remaining, the balance.
Yes.
Because that is an emergency fund. Things can happen, you know. There could be an accident. There could be flooding. So many things can just happen. That is when you can now go and make use of that emergency to sort. Like what happened in COVID? It was an emergency.
Yes.
Most people income line was just cut off. So if they've had at least 6 months of their normal living expenses in an emergency fund, then they can have access to that fund, at least pending when things will normalize. Yes.
What are your final thoughts on this money management issue?
Yes, there's still a lot to be discussed. I asked you, what is money? What is the true value of money? Yes. Basic economics will tell us money is a medium of exchange. Abi, it's a store of value. But I said, no. Those are not the correct definition of money. The true value of money. You say you work, let's take those who work hourly. You work 8 hours a day. Okay, even regular workers, 8 hours a day. That's a lie. You work more than that. Because during the weekend, you were thinking of how you are going to dress.
Yes.
How you are going to make your hair for the job. So even when you are not even in the office, you are already working. So if you say your hourly rate is 100 naira, if you compute it very well, it's about 40 naira. And that is where employers will not tell you.
Okay.
But you know that for you to do your job, it is not when you come to the office you start. You're already planning the air you are going to, the dressing, what you are going to say, what you are going to do. You done them yesterday.
All right, we're pressed for time, so we'd just like you to bring this to a close.
Yes. For my own definition of money, for you to manage money very well, we define money as money is your life energy. So if you trade your life energy, it is money you are getting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Charles Fakro, our financial expert, for enlightening us and helping us to know how to manage money better.